What comes to your mind when you think about the Maldives? Pristine beaches, tourism, rich flora and fauna. Let me tell you something that you may not be aware of. Experts have warned that the Maldives might disappear in the next 100 years. You heard that right. Welcome to WION's Climate Tracker. My name is Priyanka Sharma. The Maldives is an archipelago in the Indian Ocean. Its existence is being threatened now by rising sea levels. Today it has a message for the world, specifically for the rich nations. The country's Environment Minister, Aminath Shona, has said that failure to limit global warming will be a death sentence. This comes after the United Nations warned that nations are going to miss their emissions targets amid a rise in fossil fuel production.
Our expectations of COP this year particularly is very high, because we have seen what the IPCC report says about what it could mean to small island nations. 1.5 degrees warming, and the difference between 1.5 degrees and 2 degrees for us really is a death sentence.
It's a matter of survival for the small island nation. The Maldives is made up of more than 1,000 islands, out of which nearly 200 are uninhabited right now. The country understands that the climate crisis is a reality too harsh to ignore. In fact, it spends 50% of its national budget on efforts to mitigate the impact of climate change. It has built seawalls to protect coral reefs. But the coronavirus pandemic has severely dented its tourism industry. The country's GDP has shrunk by a third. Now it is urging rich nations to respect their commitment to contribute to a $100 billion annual climate fund. The money will help developing nations to fight natural disasters.
In Paris, countries agreed to release $100 billion a year. And I will tell you, from our experience, since the Paris Agreement, we have been approved just one adaptation project from the GCF. And this is where the problem lies. We are a frontline state, and from the money that's been released for this purpose, we have not received, the money has not reached countries like the Maldives. And this is not just the story of Maldives alone. It's the story of all small island states.
It's a race against time for the South Asian nation. 80% of the country's nearly 1,190 islands are just a meter above sea level. 90% of its islands are prone to flooding. And 97% of them have reported shoreline erosion. The Maldives is far from the only island nation being threatened by global warming and rising sea levels as of now. This list also includes Fiji, Palau, the Solomon Islands, Seychelles and the Marshall Islands.